So I just came back from quote unquote socializing in the real world, which in theory just means that I'm just kind of like there going through the motions and, you know, with the ear pods in and just kind of trying to ignore everything going around, you know, going on around me. So I was thinking, and I don't think I've ever really detailed, you know, what it's like when you're hearing on the frequency of other simming, right? And how you know that it's something that is diabolical. Because I think in the last video, I was explaining how when you're having looping thoughts, all of these kinds of things are ways that the simulation tries to keep you stuck, right? In a certain area, in a certain frequency. Granted, today I wasn't in the best of moods. I don't know. I was just a little bit tired. Let's say tired in the sense of like not taking any crap today, right? So anyways, and some shenanigans happen, but like I said, I try to nip it in the butt immediately when it's starting. And that usually is because, like I said, I'm not taking any crap today. Anyways, so just back to the main point. So I had to go with my kids and we did like a little bit of like a little Christmas theater show, whatever. And I did it more for them because those are the things that we used to normally do. I used to like go and take them places. You can always go to my my other TikTok, my personal TikTok, and we have like the vacation videos or whatever, and you can see like all the stuff we used to do, right? So obviously that's not happening this year to that degree because I'm not financially in the situation to do those things. But they have like nice little like free activities that they have here in France, right? For kids and all that. So I participated more than anything for them. So again, when I talk about when you're hearing them simming, right? When people who have said like they're being targeted and they say like, yeah, they're doing like indirect speech and it's like they're talking about you and blah, 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 blah. Right? What does that sound like? All right. So basically, I've mentioned before, they start saying things about your quote unquote narrative. Mind you, this narrative is already dead, like dead. Because right now, as we speak, I am right now writing letters for another shenanigans, another technical glitch with another app and all this as I was trying to like reach someone in the States. Like all these other shenanigans started happening to try to create some kind of blockage. Why, you know, so that I don't you know, get in contact with this person. Mind you, that's so far away from the narrative, you would think, right? So anyways, but because of the way the simulation works, right? When you're hearing these people speaking about you, like I said, it's pockets of people. It's not everybody. That's how you know. It's possible the other people might have souls or they're just there, they're asleep. I don't know. But they'll try to put those that are like bots or whatever they are, if they're they're parasitic or they're bots or they're demonic, whatever. They'll try to get them as close to you as possible so that you can overhear them, right? And I kid you not, it would be it'll be a situation, and this is like looping to the truest definition. They will spend like sometimes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes just repeating the same thing. Like just saying like, yeah, she's an agent. Yeah, did you see this? Oh, it has to be her phone. Yeah, she's an agent. Da, da, da. And then it'll like stop maybe for like a second. And then when they restart again, it'll be the same exact lines and conversations. It's really like interesting because like I said, like at this point you know what it is. And like I said, I don't try to go into the looping thoughts again and be like, well, because you know, it's like, am I that important that it's worth a 15-minute conversation? And regardless of what I am, like, what do you care? Those are the looping thoughts that will usually start to arrive in my mind. And then I just cut it sometimes and just ignore it, right? I just say, like, just let it go. They're bots. That's it. I have to keep reminding myself. Please remind yourself that not everyone who you see in this world that is wearing this meat suit is actually a human being, okay? That's the idea. So, like, they'll just do things like that. And they'll spend, like, 15 minutes. And you're like, it doesn't make sense. And that is the program. That is the program. That is the diabolical program of this simulation to keep you in trance in, I guess, whatever it wants you to be focusing on in that moment. And then I noticed, like, when I start visualizing, because I told you, like, you know, the parasitics don't like that one. So when I start visualizing, then like they like ramp it up and try to keep talking over it more, because the idea is to try to distract me from whatever I'm visualizing, whatever I'm imagining, whatever I'm thinking about. it's always trying to distract you from what you're doing. So you'll notice this a lot once you recognize the pattern, because you've had it happening to you for so long. What I noticed though is a lot of the people who claimed that they're targeted on the Quora sites, because that's the only place where I really see a lot of people talking about their experiences, they kind of like get lost in that, and they just kind of like don't get to the next level of seeing it for what it is. So they kind of just stay stuck in that looping. And I understand it, because I'm not going to say I wasn't stuck in that. It was bothering me for a certain period of time. But then as you go ascending, you go seeing like above it. So you kind of like see through it. You know what I mean? And you see it for what it is. And then you can just start ignoring it. Because they'll put like, I think like, like they'll put like people next to you. Like imagine it's like a kid's show. And it's supposed to be like parents with kids or just kids, whatever. Like it'll just be like random people who come sit next to you. They don't even have a kid. They're just there. They just want to be around you to just distract your line of thinking, distract you from visualizing in front of the other Sims or something. I don't know. I don't know what the rest of the people's minds do in their, I don't think like my visualization is like spectacular. So I don't know what goes on in Simlandia as far as other people's minds, as I've said before. Yeah, so that's kind of like what it means when people say it's like that indirect speech and they're talking about you, and like I said, it can go on for like just repetitive lines, just talking about it, like, and you're like, who are these people? Just again, there's that looping thought. If they know that much, you know that that's already telling you it's a simulation. Anyways, that's what Jesus came to tell us, and that's it. So that's mainly what it's like, if you just want to know. And yeah, and then like I said, the other issue right now I resolved. I know I did the video about the LinkedIn. Now it's with an app called Talk 360, and I usually like make phone calls to the States for, I charge it up and I make phone calls. And I was in the process of looking for someone, because I noticed like, the last time we had a conversation, it just like dropped off, and it was like really weird. And I know my relationship with this person is like really important. And all of a sudden it's like just really weird how like we're not able to get in contact. And I know the places where he would normally frequent. So for example, I was like calling, and then when I'm calling, it's like weird because it like rings, but then like I'm not hearing anyone talking on the other side. And then when I started asking customer support, all of a sudden some glitchy thing happened. And now in the app, I cannot access customer support at all. So I'm just doing emails and just making them escalate it and figure out that. That's what I just do in this little simulation. Anytime there's any nonsense, you're going to have to explain it to me in the real world. Like, yeah, why is this glitching again? Why is this glitching again? Why is this glitching again? Oh, yeah, again? Because it's just, repetitive, right? And so anyways, so that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to rant about that today. That's why, my face is a little beat up today, because I had to go out. And that's it. And I just wanted to take just like one nice Christmas picture with my kids, with Santa. And I know people will be like, don't take pictures with Santa, that's Satan, whatever. Listen, they're kids. I know. But whatever. I'm trying to keep some of the normalcy here, And and that's it. Because this Christmas, we don't even have a tree like the last time, and there's not really space to put one. So it's just going to be like a completely, different scenario. And again, all of these things are the ways that, the situation, especially when you're a chosen one, how the simulation in the beginning plays you to have you in this state of like wandering and then in poverty and da da da. And hopefully now after this like portal shift and the new earth and all this, like, I don't know, I'm hoping that it should get better from now. I'm speaking on it, I'm decreeing it, I'm declaring it and all that. But I'm just saying that it's kind of annoying, because you say to yourself like, gosh, like I just have to be in this little world, just like, going through the motions of this stuff. And it's like, it's just, it's annoying. That's why I just feel like I just boycott the simulation. For the most part, you would never catch me like participating in anything, but I did it for my kids today, so that's about it. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.